All right, hello everyone. Thanks for tuning back in once again to Queen Amadai TV, More Than Meets the Third Eye. I'm your host, Queen Shakur, and this is today's Spiritual Vitamins. Okay, so as you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channel. If you have not done so already, be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so that you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. All right, let's see who we have in here. All right, Mr. Hotel started out with a super chat donation. Thank you, beloved. Says, round of applause for you, Queen. Thanks for all that you do. It doesn't go unnoticed. Love the hotels. Thank you, beloved. I appreciate you. I absolutely do. Thank you. All right, so Dad said Holy Spirit activate. All right, Dad, you are so crazy. Hey, Darnell. Terry Hinton is in here. All right, Silent D, Samantha, Tia, okay, Aeon is here. Juju said Queen is queening. All right, and listen, I want you all, hey Nessie X, I want you all to pay attention to this broadcast because you absolutely already know that it's going to be on Trivia Friday, right? You already know it's going to be on there, so please pay attention. All right, take notes if you have to. Do what you got to do. Okay, hey Root Trackers. All right, Latasha is here, Emperor Rex. All right, Emperor Rex is our big winner from last week. Okay, let's see how he does in the next round. All right, I can't wait. Queen Hanifa is here. Okay, Mr. Elevation said, I'm here for a queen. I am too, beloved. Okay. Okay, so that all being said, let's get into it. So I have a PowerPoint presentation. I had some technical difficulties because as I was putting the PowerPoint together, it kept closing out, okay? It kept crashing. That happens sometimes because when you have updates done on your computer, sometimes the PowerPoint is not compatible, okay? So, hey, Michael M., Sarah, okay, and Samantha Ford, if I didn't say you already. So with that all being said, if by chance the PowerPoint crashes, we'll just go to my email where I've already sent it, okay? So let's get into it. Because you all know that tonight is the blue super moon, and it's the last one until 2037. Okay, and I talked to you all about this last week. I think it was last Friday. Yeah, that's when it was. I went over it briefly last Friday, right before we started the trivia. But today we're going to go in detail about it. Hey, Danielle. Danielle said, I'm glad to be here today. It's been a while since I've been able to see this live. All right, that's great, beloved. Okay, hey, Sharon. And let's get into it. I'm going to share my screen so we can see the PowerPoint. Lights up, everyone. Please don't forget to like and share. You all know they have the Queen Band on all channels. Pay attention. All right, let me make sure you all can see that. Okay, there you go. All right, so the powerful energy of the blue supermoon. Let's get into it. And so what is the blue moon? Well, I'm so glad you asked. A blue moon occurs when there are two full moons within the same month or astrological season, or 4 full moons in a season rather than 3. So we already know that there was previously a full moon earlier this month. I believe it was August the 2nd. So this in fact is the second one for the month of August. Okay, this is our blue moon. Now, the saying, once in a blue moon, how many of you have heard that once in the chat? If you've ever heard that saying, oh, this happens every once in a blue moon. Well, that's why they say it, because it suggests that something is rare or unlikely because a blue moon only happens roughly once every 2.5 years. So that's why that saying, people say once in a blue moon. That's where that comes from, if you didn't know. Now, the calendrical blue moon, which is a moon that occurs, or a blue moon that occurs when there are 2 full moons in the same calendar month, January and August. Well, like I just said, we've already had 2 this month. This is our second one tonight. Okay, the second full moon is known as the blue moon. Now, an astrological blue moon, well, that occurs when there are 2 full moons within the same astrological season between December the 22nd and January the 19th, which is Capricorn season. Now, the second full moon is known as the blue moon. seasonal blue moon. Now that happens when there are 4 full moons in a season rather than 3. In spring, which is determined by the equinoxes and the solstices. And in this case, the 3rd full moon is known as the blue moon. Again, let me remind you all to pay attention. These questions will be on your trivia. Now, when we lived in moons instead of months, okay, let's talk about that. So typically, and that's where the word month comes from, just in case you didn't know that, the word month comes from moons, okay? So typically, there is only 1 new moon and 1 full moon each month, totaling 12 months per year. But this is not always the case because the moon has a 29-ish day cycle, while other calendar months range between 28 to 31 days long. So this throws the lunar cycle out of whack. Now, back in the ancient times, society followed the lunar cycle rather than the solar cycle. This means that instead of 12 man-made months and 365 days, there were always 13 moons every year. In the years that we have a blue moon, there are 13 moons in the year. This is how it always was, which is why a blue moon is so special. Now, is a blue moon actually blue? A blue moon will look like the moon always does. You see, this changes slightly in size and color depending on the time of the year, but generally it won't be blue. Sometimes it may look like it has an illuminated aura around it and may appear bigger than normal, but it won't actually be blue. And if you're wondering why it's called a blue moon, if that's not the case, well, it's called the blue moon because, you see, that term blue moon originated from the 16th century expression, the moon is blue, meaning something that was impossible. Now, for 2 years following the eruption of Krakatoa, which is a volcano, in Indonesia in 1883, well, when that volcano erupted, people around the world reportedly said that the moon looked strange and that the sunsets were a strange color. And they, in fact, said the moon appeared to be blue. So that's when they started talking about a blue moon. Please pay attention. Now, what is the spiritual meaning of a blue moon? Now that you know what a blue moon is and when it can happen, what does it symbolize? A full moon is typically nourishing, expansive, and a time to celebrate. This is the most high energy phase of the moon cycle. And so the spiritual meaning of a blue moon is like a full moon on steroids. I think I told you all this last Friday. You see, the energy is even bigger and brighter and expands everything. Blue moons are said to be full of luck and magic and are the perfect time to craft spells, make a wish, perform rituals, and connect with your intuition. Now, when I'm saying craft spells, that's basically for people that practice Wicca, because that's what they do on the full moon. Pay attention. They cast spells. Now, mind you, we cast spells every day, literally with the words we say. But as far as literally trying to cast spells to make things happen and all of that purposely by setting intentions, that's what witches do. And you see, that is part of the problem why when we talk about manifestation, visualization, performing rituals and things like that, because I perform full moon rituals every time there's a full moon. So when we talk about those things, some people tend to think that that is witchcraft or that we're doing something nefarious. Because remember, I always tell you, anything used for good can absolutely be used for bad. And so if people are using, the moon to cast spells, if they're using stones and crystals to cast spells and things like that, well, that doesn't mean that you can't still use them for manifestation. Okay, because the Most High created these things. And if the Most High created them, that means they were intended for us to use for good and for our own elevation and evolution. If other people decide to use them for something nefarious and they choose to use incantations rather than positive affirmations, that's just on them. Doesn't have anything to do with how you engage with these items and things. Okay? So with that all being said, because blue moons are rare, This might symbolize a rare opportunity that is about to find you. But regardless of whether this happens, a blue moon is full of the energy you need to reignite passion and enthusiasm for your dreams and start walking towards them. Okay? Now, this is a PowerPoint that I did. You know, I took an old PowerPoint that I had for my students and actually added some new information into it pertaining to specifically this blue moon that we'll have tonight. And so let me change the word dreams to manifestation because I told you all, when you dream, you're still asleep. Okay? You're still asleep. All right, so now with that all being said, let's go on to the next slide. Everyone get those likes up. Please don't forget to get the likes up. Thank you in advance. Now, how to create a blue moon ritual to help you work with and embrace the moon's energy. You can do a blue moon ritual during all phases, whether it's a new moon, a full moon, a waxing moon, and a waning moon. And if you didn't remember or haven't seen the video that I did talking about all of these different moons, please go back and look at that. So basically, create a sacred space. I always begin any ritual or manifestation process by physically and energetically cleansing the space around me. And I do that by burning sage, okay, and lighting incense and things like that. Now, tidy any clutter and give your room a cleaning, okay? Burn some herbs, put on a diffuser, use a room spray, or use sound to cleanse the energy, all right? Banish any negative vibes and feel clear and light in your ritual. These are just a few suggestions. Now also, collect crystals, candles, plants, herbs, and other sacred objects that you want with you for this ritual and arrange them on your altar. I already have those things on my altar. Please pay attention. Okay, I have my altar covered in stones and crystals, herbs, feathers, candles, and things like that. When I want to specifically speak to the ancestors, I put one of their pictures on there as well and give them an offering. Okay, although the moon is not, and when I say an offering, I mean I just put something on there that they like or something that they enjoyed when they were alive. Okay, now although the moon is not blue, as you're creating a blue moon ritual, it might be nice to weave this color into your altar. So it would behoove you to put something blue on the altar as you're manifesting. That's all I'm saying. Alternatively, use the zodiac sign that the moon is in to guide you. And so today, Wednesday, August the 30th of 2023, lunar calendar moon phases. Well, the moon is in Pisces. Okay, that's the zodiac sign that the moon is in. It's in Pisces. And this brings the greatest sensitivity and perceptiveness of surroundings. Okay, please pay attention. And so reflect on where you are. You know, like where you are in life. Is this where you want to be? Do you have something else that you're striving for? Do you have other goals you're trying to obtain? You see, a full moon is a wonderful time to express gratitude for all that's good in your life. Pay attention to where you are today. Now, what has been happening in your world? Is there anything you need to let go of, such as, low vibrational habits, speaking negativity upon yourself and others? Or are there people that you need to just let go? Well, this is the time to do those things. Okay, is there anything you need to let go of? What changes would you like to make? Ask yourself these questions. This is really a good time to do what is the word I'm looking for? To manage what's going on in your life, okay? This is a time for self-reflection, in other words, all right? Is there anything you want to complete or finish up, like a project, a business launch, or anything else? Maybe you're trying to work on your relationship. Maybe you want to do something, to get your career going in a different direction. These are some of the things you should be manifesting on tonight. So first, you want to set an intention. Full moons are not typically a time for setting new intentions. The energy of the new moon is more aligned with this, okay? The new moon, not the full moon, usually. But however, given the spiritual meaning of a blue moon and its magic, It would be a shame not to harness this energy and use it to make a wish or set an intention. Think about a long-term goal that you'd love to achieve and manifest between now and the next blue moon. And you'll have plenty of time because the next full blue super moon won't be until 2037, like I said. Okay, so you can write a letter of thanks to the universe as though it has already come true. Remember, I tell you, when you manifest things, don't say, I want to do this, or this is what I want to happen. Speak it as though it already has. Don't say that I am going to be happy and money will not be a problem. Say, I am happy. I am blessed with money. Because remember, anything you say after I am is what you manifest. Okay, so remember that. Visualize it in your mind. What can you see? How do you feel? Who is with you? Draw on all 5 of your senses, and in some of your cases, a 6th sense, okay, because some of you have spiritual gifts that you use, okay, to create a vivid picture. When you're done, put your letter somewhere safe, or even keep it in a pocket or a handbook and carry it with you as a reminder of what you wish to manifest. And you see, this is what I was telling you all. When Wig was telling you all to buy those nefarious keys and ATM cards that she made and, you know, all these little trinkets and stuff and locks and all that stuff, you didn't need anyone else to do that. You didn't need to pay someone. You can just write things down yourself. Just simply write it down, what you want to manifest. Because, you know, let's not forget that, again, we cast spells with words. Okay, that's very important because we're not out here doing witchcraft. We're not casting nefarious spells. But what I'm saying is, in the English language, you already know, I've told you this numerous of times, we actually cast spells with words. So when you want to manifest something, you can also write it down, write a letter to the universe. What you put out into the universe is what comes back. Okay, so just remember that. Now, what to do on a full moon for manifestation? Well, other full moon rituals to adopt for manifestation and energy cleansing include things such as charging your crystals. Well, I recharge my crystals on every full moon. That's what I do. I set them outside under the light of the full moon, and I leave them out there for a few hours, at least 3 hours. Sometimes I leave them overnight. Okay? Dancing to release energy. Well, sometimes I go out and dance under the moonlight. Okay, you can go out in your backyard if you don't want anybody to see you. You can go out there and dance under the moonlight. I clearly do it. All right. And by the way, witches do it too. Okay, just so you know. Because again, like I said, anything we use for good, most of our spiritual practices, they use it for nefarious reasons. Pay attention. Now, you can light a candle, smudging with sage, start a gratitude journal. Remember, I told you there's a difference between being thankful and being grateful. Thankful is a feeling. It's something that you do to show your expression of, you appreciate that the person did something. But gratitude is an attitude. Okay, that's something that you have at all times. You're always grateful for the things that you have that are good in your life. Now, connect with loved ones. A full moon has a very feminine, nourishing energy to it, which is amplified on a blue moon. So make the most of this by spending time with the people you love, that you love most, and nourishing your relationship. And if they live far from you, you can simply call them and tell them something pleasant and remind them of the moon tonight and tell them to manifest positivity. Okay, share that information with them. Now is the perfect time to do things outside and immerse yourself in nature. You may want to go on a picnic, or walk through the park, or a walk on the beach, stargazing, okay? And something creative. And let's not forget that stargazing or basking in the sun helps your body to produce vitamin D, which you absolutely need. You can make moon water, okay? The full moon is always a perfect time to make moon water. The blue moon energy will pack even more punch. So here's how you make it, okay? I'm giving you all gems. Please pay attention, okay? Latasha said, where is my sage? Okay, I hope you find it, beloved. I had to just go purchase some the other day because I was all out. I only had a few sticks left. Okay, so now here's how you make the moon water. You fill a bowl with tap or rainwater. It doesn't have to be a bowl. You can use a cup, pot, whatever you want to use. Okay, but fill it with tap or rainwater and place it on a balcony or somewhere outside overnight of the blue moon. Add some crystals to the water if you want to cleanse and recharge them. Just make sure that they're water friendly. You see, some crystals they put toxins in the water. Okay, because some people actually take stones and crystals and put them in water to create an elixir to try to heal themselves of things. I don't advise anyone to do that unless you absolutely know what you're doing, because some of these crystals they have toxins in them, and so you would get sick. Okay, and some of them you should not immerse in water specifically for long periods of time, such as overnight. Okay, so just pay attention to that. So you can store this after you make the water. You can store this in an airtight container for months and use it in rituals or baths. Now, me personally, I love to take a bath at any time. It's always relaxing. I know most people take showers. I take showers too. But there's nothing I like better than a good hot bath with candles and rose petals and things like that, right? And so on the new moon, I do it as a reset to wash away the old and welcome in the new. Okay, on the full moon, I do it as an act of self-care and a way to reconnect with Grandmama Moon. She rules the tides, and therefore the element of water offers a strong connection to her. Okay, so keep that in mind. And here's the thing. Even if you don't choose to take a bath and you just want to take a shower tonight, that's fine too. But as you take your shower, visualize yourself covered in mud from head to toe. Light a white candle if you want to, or blue candle. These are good for manifestation. But picture yourself as you're taking a shower covered in mud or dirt from head to toe. And as you're cleansing your body, visualize this dirt and mud just falling off of you and going down the drain. Okay? And as you picture that, also visualize any problems or negativity that you have around you also going down the drain, so you can start anew. Now, you can bring your altar items into your bath ritual, such as candles, crystals, herbs, flowers, etc. That's what I do. You can put those same things in the bathroom as you do your moon bath. Okay? Flowers, herbs, salts, and essential oils will create a divine bath that smells absolutely amazing and nourishes your mind, body, and your soul. Okay? Pop on soothing playlist and rest in this tranquil space. I like to listen to meditative sounds and meditative music. And make sure you go and subscribe to the Universal Language, which has my meditative sounds on there. And universal is spelled Y-O-U, universal. Okay, pay attention. Now think about your blue moon intention and what you want to come to fruition between now and the next blue moon. Moon bath. Now, sunbathing is great because it fills you with vitamin D and gives you a lovely, healthy, bronzed glow. But moon bathing is just as good for you. Okay? Now, the moon has a super nourishing light and can help us, especially women, reconnect to the divine feminine, our intuition, and our subconscious thoughts. Okay? Because the moon, and here's the thing, some women even have, when there's a super blue moon, some women may even notice certain things about their menstrual cycle during this time. So if you're on your cycle, please pay attention. Okay? Because the moon, the blue moon, is like a full moon, but magnified. You want to make the most of this moonlight. This is very powerful energy. Okay? Go for a walk when the moon is out. Sit in your yard and bask in the glow. We don't do this enough. And here's the thing. When you think about, like the werewolf movies back in the day, the person would always turn to a werewolf when it was a full moon. Now, you know why they put that in the story? Because the full moon has a very powerful energy. And in fact, it does make some people act strangely or differently, okay, depending on what type of vibrations they have. If you have good, high, positive vibrations, you may have more of that. But if you have nefarious ones, well, you may have more of that, okay, if you're not a spiritual person and who knows what to do with the energy. Now you're ready to manifest on the next blue moon, because now you've learned about how important it is, this energy that comes from the moon. Now that you know what a blue moon is and its spiritual meaning, you're ready to manifest your biggest dream when the next blue moon comes along. Okay, you'll never think of the saying once in a blue moon the same way again. And again, let me take this word dream out of here, because like I said, this is an old PowerPoint that I added new things in. Okay, so with that all being said, let me stop the share. Okay. Yes, my daughter was born on a full moon, says Samantha. All right. All right. Juju said, why tap water? I don't like tap water. Well, Juju, you're turning the tap water into moon water, beloved, or the rain water. So if you don't want to use the tap water, the rain water, you can use the still purified spring, whatever water you want to use. I'm just telling you, I don't waste my good, expensive alkaline water and all that, because this is something I'm just going to use for manifestation. So you're putting the power of the moon in it, the energy of the moon in it. So it's absolutely going to cleanse the tap water or the rain water. That's all I'm saying, Juju. Okay? Pay attention. All right. Terry said, great information, Queen. Thank you, beloved. Mr. Elevation said, Queen, you've given me some great ideas. Thank you. All right. Claudette said, very informative. Mr. Hotel said, excellent. Listen, I love you all's feedback. Okay, because that's what I'm here for. I'm here to give you information that I have known for years, stuff that I have taught to my college students in class and things like that. And just I like to share, especially when it pertains to spirituality, because this is not anything we're taught in school. This is not anything we're taught in church. And at the end of the day, a lot of this is in fact hidden information. This is hidden information, okay? A lot of this is esoteric. And that's why I'm your esoteric philosopher. Please pay attention. All right. Okay, so Orange Moon just sent a super chat. Okay. Thank you, beloved. I appreciate you. Peace, love, and blessings. All right. Stacy said, I love the information. Thank you, beloved. Silent D says, I'm ready to walk out tonight with the super blue moon out. Exactly. Okay. So with that all being said, yes, everyone, if you do have stones and crystals, you may want to take them out and let them sit out in the moonlight. You can put them on your back porch. Depending on where you live, you may not want to put them on the front porch, because somebody might be roaming past and see those stones and crystals and decide they want to just take some. But, you can put them out on your back porch, and somewhere out in the moonlight so that they can recharge. Okay? And be sure that you go out there and just, bask in the moonlight, whether you're just sitting outside in the yard in a chair, whether you decide to go out there and do a little dance in the backyard, whether you're just going to go walk through the park, whatever you want to do. But make sure that you take advantage of this full moon energy. It's very powerful and you won't regret it. Okay, thank you, Dan, for your super chat donation, beloved. Peace, love, and blessings to you. Latasha said that we appreciate you so much, Queen. Thank you, beloved. I appreciate you all as well. Okay. So with that all being said, I'm going to conclude this broadcast. I hope that you all got something out of this. And we'll see how much you got out of it and how much you actually learned when we have that trivia on Friday. Pay attention. Okay? So this is how you make learning fun, says Miss Hotel. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay? Claudette says she'll put hers on the patio table. Yes, good idea. Okay? Good idea. Mr. Elevation says, Queen, thanks for giving us knowledge. You're absolutely welcome, beloved. It is my pleasure. Okay? This is what brings me joy. Okay? This is what brings me joy. To give information and knowledge so that people can use it, so that it can change your lives. When you understand and realize that we create our own destiny, that we can in fact manifest the life that we want through positive thinking, positive affirmations, manifestation, and visualization, then you can start to change things. Now, there are some things that we cannot change. But the things that we can, we should absolutely be trying to do. Okay? We're engaged in spiritual warfare. And so with that all being said, we must take all of the powers that the Most High has given us. And I do believe that we all have spiritual gifts, as I've told you. Some of us have not yet tapped into them. Some of us may not fully believe in it. I think everyone on this channel likely does at this point. But at the end of the day, there are things hidden inside of us that we need to tap into so that we can make our lives better and have the things that we want. and manifest the things that we desire. With that all being said, I wish you all love, peace, and prosperity. Each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always remember, Stardusters, to keep the Most High first in your lives. And I hope you have a great time tonight manifesting the things that you want and reaching your goals and endeavors. Until next time, beloveds, peace.